What is up, my dudes? Going to be installing some TRX decals on the side of this 2021 or 2022 TRX. Is brand new. Guy just picked it up. It's the peasant model, which in my opinion is the way to go because you're not going to spend a ton of money on factory stuff and you're just going to do stuff to it anyways. Sorry about the weed whacker at the moment. But these are from Bright Night Decals, I think. He bought them, but he needed help installing them because he botched up one side. So he ordered another set and had me install them. And it's kind of a how-to, on any decal install, basically. It's all the same. Same process. So let's get started. So first, obviously, we're going to clean the surface. Carefully wipe. I try to wipe straight across so I don't get swirl marks if there's dirt on the paint. And I don't press very hard either, just to kind of get the surface dust off. It was already pretty clean before he brought it in. Then you're going to kind of want to clean up above the area too that you're placing the decal, because we're going to use tape to hold it. You want that tape. We definitely don't want that tape that's holding the decal to let go, because we're going to lose the position and it could also mess up the sticker as well. So first I take my blue Scotch painter's tape after we clean it, and specifically with this TRX sticker decal, it kind of kicks back on the rear bedside. So we're going to kind of set it a few inches away from the tail light. And then these trucks obviously have like a flared out bedside, so I kind of use that body line as alignment, and you can just kind of eyeball it. I mean, it's hard to measure it when the line is curved and not a hard body line. And these are kind of tricky too because the bedsides are concave, so it makes the decal kind of get wonky as you go down. We used to do a lot of installs on trophy trucks, so trophy trucks are really flared out because they have a million inches of travel. But this isn't too bad. It's pretty smooth, but it still can be a little tricky if you're not used to it. So once you get it taped down, you kind of have it eyeballed where you want it. What I like to do is give it a good push across, because decals get a little bit wonky with the application tape and backing and stuff. Especially it's kind of warm right now. You can probably see I'm sweating. Which you also don't really want to install these in sunlight, because it'll cause the vinyl to get a little weird. So that looks like a pretty good alignment there. So I'll take the blue painter's tape again, and what I like to do is start kind of about right here, not directly in the middle per se, just because it gives us more room to pull it across if it starts getting a little weird. So cinch some tape across like this as a holder. Make sure you press it down pretty good. You don't want that to come up. So get that down pressed pretty well. And I also have a pretty hard squeegee, because this is reflective, and reflective is a stiffer vinyl, and it likes to catch bubbles a little more. So I use a pretty stiff squeegee to be able to push those bubbles out. So we'll peel up this side and save that tape, and then we're going to peel this back. We're going to peel this back, being careful to make sure that the decal doesn't come up with the application tape. I mean, it doesn't stick to the backing paper, and make sure we come up with the application tape. And then you're going to take your blade and very carefully, obviously you don't want to cut the car, cut the backing paper, just kind of slice it down. I've seen some guys tear it because they're, just to be sure, but I like a clean cut because I don't want paper fibers from ripping it, getting inside the decal and behind it, because it will never come out. So then we'll peel that up, and then we'll start here at the end that you cut and just press hard and work our way across all the way to the end. And then we'll give it a good squeegee all the way down. Try not to go over the application tape because you could scratch the paint. Give it a good squeegee because what we're going to do is lift this end up, and we don't want this to come up. So we got to make sure this is really good, held in place. Sorry if that weed whacker screwed it out. Okay, and this is what I like to do here. I'll take that tape that I had here and I'll put it down here. It's kind of like a guide as to where I want this to end up, because I know this is pretty straight and this will start to curve because the bedside is curved. So this kind of gives you a working point to where you want to end up. So we'll peel that tape off, we'll peel this tape off. And then we'll come back here to where we cut. And very carefully pull the paper backing away from the application tape, making sure it doesn't stick to the backing paper, of course. And then we're going to come over here. And then we're just going to keep it nice and taut, kind of, and then feed it across. And we're a little bit off, but that's okay. It actually looks like that ended up becoming a little more even than what I had it before. And probably just because it was fitting that concave easier. And then we'll go back over it. Really squeeze it back down. Getting up to the edges. Trying to keep those edges pressed down so they don't ever lift off. Especially the points, usually they don't catch a rag or something when you're washing it. Get the edge points down pretty good. Man, and then we carefully pull the application tape up, and you kind of want to go slow with this just in case you grab a corner that didn't stick. You definitely don't want it to rip the line. And that, my friends, is perfect. And just kind of go over the edges. So hopefully that helped.